Hello, Bay Ridge. Welcome to another edition of After Hours. On Sunday, we had looked at this idea of a reset and what I was referring to as redeem the quarantine. I actually saw that phrase first from a friend of mine, Josh Young, down in Tennessee, and I give him a shout out and thanks to him for putting that phrase in my head. But I wanted to talk about one specific way that you and I might be able to redeem the quarantine. And it may even seem to be counterintuitive at first, but it's something we can do. And that is, I want us to redeem the quarantine by the way we're connecting with others. Now you may say, well, I'm stuck in my house and I can't do that. But here's where technology, which can sometimes work to our bad, can be used to our good. Friends, every one of us now have the opportunity to pick up the phone and call. And I want to encourage you, please be reaching out to your brothers and sisters in the church and even possibly your friends. You know, even if you're walking out to the mailbox and you see another friend walking out to the mailbox, take the time to connect, to talk, to find out if there's anything you could be praying for them with. I especially want to encourage you to be reaching out to your brothers and sisters that are part of Bay Ridge Christian Church. If you just even think of somebody, take that as the Spirit's prompting. Pick up the phone and call them. Find out, you can jump on the computer, you can go into MyBRCC or CCB, you can look up and you can find people's phone numbers. Give them a call, send them a text, write to them, just to stay in touch with each other. I also want to encourage you that some of our Connect groups are starting to meet by video conference. We did it with our Connect group last week, and we're going to be doing it, and we're working with some of the others to try and establish that we're using something called Zoom. It's not the same thing as being together, but I got to tell you, it felt so good to me to see my friends in the Connect group whose faces I hadn't seen in a couple of weeks. So let's continue to use this. You can redeem the quarantine by just being more proactive to pick up the phone and give somebody a call, just to check in on each other. Every one of us ought to be calling a few people during the week. The elders are doing it, the Connect group leaders are doing it. We've got deacons and other ministry leaders that are doing it, but we really need to just be calling each other. Again, if a name comes to your mind, if you just see something from somebody, take it as a prompting from the Holy Spirit and say, I'm going to pick up the phone and call them. It may sound counterintuitive, but because we've been given these means of technology, even in a time of quarantine, you and I can work and we can come out of it with a better pattern of actually connecting with one another, of checking in on one another, of praying for one another. If we will do that, we'll come out of this time in a better place than we even did when we went in. And then we'll just maintain the habit patterns that we've been doing. And God can use that for our good. The time of exile was a horrible time for Israel, but those who looked to God came out of that situation stronger and closer to God than they even went in. This is a difficult time for us. I pray for the end of this situation. I can't wait for us to gather and worship together again, to be able to hug each other and to come to the Lord's table. But in the meantime, I want to redeem the quarantine. I want to use this time wisely. And let's reach out, call, text, establish the relationships that we can with one another so that they can be even stronger when we come back together. Friends, I am praying for you. I am praying for God's blessing and presence and enrichment to be with each of you. Let's reach out, keep in touch with each other, and help each other where we can. I hope you have a great week, and let's join together at Sunday at 10 a.m. again for another time of worship. Even if we're still separated in our homes, we will worship together at the same time. God bless.